in green. Well, after 7 straight home defeats in the derby, or now 8, Stade Francais disappointed in their hopes that that losing run would end against their arch rivals. Once again, their heads bowed. And in this warm-up, a moment's silence for a young rugby fan, Thomas, who was murdered. And it has really struck the whole of the rugby world here. There's a minute's applause before all of the 7 matches this weekend. Adrien Marbeau is our referee this afternoon, accompanied by Pierre Brousset and Frédéric Mas. The TMO is Jean-Luc Rebolal. Karim Gazelle once again on the touchline as normal. Disappointed to be there last week at the home of Stade Francais. Now they have to win against Pau. Kick-off. Joe Simmons gets it underway, the man who has played every single minute of Pau's wonderful start to the new season, having come in from Exeter Chiefs.
No.
Brad Webber getting his first outing from the start as scrum half for Stade Francais today. Been a sub until now, the 32-year-old former All Black. Dan Robson out to his fellow English compatriot at number 10, Joe Simmons. Oh, big hit. Pau were rather outmuscled by the forwards of Bayonne last weekend. That's why there have been so many changes made by Sebastian Piccolonis today. Fissihoy goes to ground and Pau keep on coming. Top of the table after rounds 4 and 5 were Pau. Have been second and then fourth. However, this is a good start. Out to the right wing, Thomas Carroll. Never scored a top 14 try. Out by Robson. Fullback Jack Maddox. The Australian comes into the line. Coming in over the top of the gain line there by Stade Francais as a penalty. Taken on by Sacha Zagur. Into the number 8, Luke Whitelock, who's waiting for his brother Sam to arrive on Tuesday at Toulouse before driving over to Pau to start his new career next to his brother. Out to Thomas Carroll. And the referee's going to decide that there is no advantage to be had by the home side after Théo Atisogbe, the young 19-year-old France under-20 international, can't make any headway. 1 try already this season, and it's against the same team he scored his only try of last season against, Racing 92. Stade Francais wish they could have scored a try against the Sky Blue and Whites last weekend, but they couldn't. Henri Chauvency, the captain of Racing, the only man to breach the paint in that derby win last weekend. You're talking about Baptiste Passenti, the lock forward. He's come in at the second row for JJ Van der Mescht, who's dropped to the bench this weekend. Joe Simmons. coming up against the man who beat him in a Premiership title final a few years ago when he was for Harlequins. Joe Marchant, now very much part of this Stade Francais team. And like his English compatriot, has been very heavily used so far in this early part of the season for the Pink Soldiers.
Rose, 7, chez vous. 7. Reprise du temps.
First test for Yuri Duhamel. Straight into the arms of Rhys Howitt. The Australian back row forward and a big push by Poe. Adrien Marbo sees the ball is down and the first try comes, and after they were absolutely bullied by the forwards of Bayonne last weekend, that is a huge start for Poe. Looks like Sacha Zegur perhaps has got the touchdown. The number 6. But that was a team effort from all of the pack.
Non. Stop. Arrêt du temps.
Time off.
Arbitrage vidéo.
We are going to check this.
On va regarder parce que à la
well, there was a terrific line out. Really well set up.
Donc, si l'essai n'est pas valable, j'ai le 5 qui écroule.
So if this isn't accorded, then apparently Baptiste Passenti collapsed the maul. So they will come back for a penalty. But surely that will be a penalty try, won't it? If that's what he's thinking.
Qu'on voit à la fin, j'ai l'impression que le ballon est sur un joueur.
He thinks that the ball might now have been on top of a player. Let's see if we can see anything in this melee. There's the ball, comes down. Oof. Well, it's certainly on an arm. Could well be that of Ryan Chapuis, the blindside flanker for Stade Francais. We're not going to see it from this angle. Well, he initially signalled that it was a try. This is the angle. It's the only one we're going to see it from. Now, can we say that that's it? We haven't seen it touch the ground there, but that doesn't mean it didn't after it disappeared out of view.
Okay, donc on reste sur la décision. Essai.
Right, so we're staying with the decision. It is a try to Poe. Poe's 17th try of the season. And because he's made that decision as well, rather than going with the penalty for the collapsed maul, it means that the fly half, Joe Simmons, will have to take the conversion. Already 88 points in his 8 matches so far. The Exeter legend who left as their captain last season started to have to share the role with Harvey Skinner for the Chiefs. And he has been a huge reason why Poe have made such a great start to the new season. Here it comes. Magnificent. But magnificent is the norm with this fella. Brilliant kick. 7 points to nothing. Poe in front. A great start here in the Bayonne. Now it's important that Zegur gets a good exit out of the restart. Dan Robson looking for it at the back. Former Gloucester and Wasps man. Joined Poe after the latter club went bankrupt. Hasn't found touch and is caught by the fullback Kylan Hamdawi. Came back into the side last weekend with Leo Barre dropping to the bench. Oh, that's a good drive forward. Out the back, Weber. Segons decides to leave it for Lest Etienne, who has yet to score a try this season on the left wing. Back inside once more, picked up by Rhys Howitt. 26 Australian, the former Queensland Reds man, makes the ground, hands off. Progress being made here by Stade Francais, already up to the 10-metre line. Weber back out into the hands of Hirigoyen. Marchant runs straight into the lock forward. Hugo Aradou, the French under-20 international, lock forward. Marchant, well, they're excited at Stade Francais about his arrival, just as excited as Racing were about their English arrival as well, and indeed Pau about their English arrival as well. There's a lot of English coming in. It's causing an awful lot of debate back in England about eligibility for playing for England in the Six Nations and beyond. Yoris Chagons back into Saint-Etienne. He's brought down by the right wing, Thomas Carroll. By Pasenti. Ooh, big hit there on Hugo Ndai, the 23-year-old prop forward in his first start of the season. First start for Stade Francais as well after arriving from Rouen in the summer. That's a knock-on, I think, by Stéphane Ahmed. Pau have it and have the advantage for now.
C'est fini, vous n'avez plus le ballon, 12. Vous n'avez plus le ballon. Sur un avantage à l'avant.
Was Nathan Dencron being told to get his hands off it because he was sitting on his backside. Forward by the Georgian prop, Guram Papidza. One of a couple of players for Pau who are away on World Cup duty. The other one playing on the other side of the scrum, Siegfried Fissihoy, Georgian and the Tongan. And the pass is away and it's not deep enough, which means that Stade Francais can take it quickly. Hamdawi on the run. Gets brought down well by Assa Gogbe. Weber, quick. Chagons out to the multicolour-haired Giovanni Habel-Kufner. Marchant out to Etienne. Big hit as he runs straight through the fly half Joe Simmons. Gabrilag. Weber back out once more into the fly half. Habel-Kufner has lost the ball, trying to do that little pirouette. Another advantage here for the knock-on to Pau. That's a decent ball. Out past the halfway line. Karim Gazelle has got it, the manager of Stade Francais, tandeming their management of the coach with Laurent Labitte, the former Racing Supremo. Lucas Perez-Blanc, he too is successful with his first line-out throw into Leicester Etienne. Well, that almost went horrible wrong. Nearly crossing. They just about managed to work that out. Weber's a little bit frenetic at the moment, a little bit chaotic. Forward by Pasenti, this huge lock forward, broad-shouldered. Weber, again they make ground. Marchant, Hamdawi, he runs into three Pau defenders. Brad Weber, though, can see it and feeds it back into Hugo Ndai. He makes it through, half through, and again is another knock-on by Stade Francais. And they don't have the rain this week as the excuse that they had last time in the capital against Racing. It's a big hit by Fissihoy. Tongan international who started 4 matches at the Rugby World Cup against Ireland, Scotland, South Africa and Romania in the group stage. Laurent Labitte there on the right-hand side, Morgan Parra on the left. Looking down from their coaching positions. Morgan Parra, well, it was a bit of a tough day for the attacking and kicking coach last weekend in such terrible conditions at the Stade Jean-Bois. It really did rain hard, and both they and Racing struggled. With a very greasy ball indeed. A little bit of running repairs for the hooker, Lucas Perez-Blanc. One thing you don't want as a hooker is something wrong with your hand. Off has come Mikel Capelli. Didn't see him come off. The second row forward has started all but one of the games this season for Pau. Only Reece Hewitt, who actually starts this week, that also started last weekend amongst the pack. Sebastian Piccarone's deciding that wholesale changes were needed in the side to get them back to the momentum they showed towards the beginning of the season.
Flexion.
They had won their last 5 games before that, so and it was an away defeat against Bayonne. It's not as if they had lost at home, like Paris did.
Ça, n'en rajoutez pas. Vous gardez de l'espace.
Keep your space, says the referee.
Allez-y. Gardez de l'espace, hein? Ça marche.
4 last weekends lost. Po had won their last 5 matches in top 14, the longest active run of any side in the league, and their own longest for the last 5 years. And they won 6 in a row at the beginning. From January to March in 2018. Dan Robson on the far side. Clap scrum, penalty, Stade Francais. Po rendered responsible. And a chance here for Joris Segons to go for the post. He's already asking for the kicker's tee. 34 points so far for Joris Segons. He got concussion against Bayonne when Stade Francais took them on this season. Unlike Po. Stade Francais also lost against Bayonne, 16-3 in match day 4. Well, not many people respecting the kicker here at the Stade de Hamel. Oh, and it's had an effect because Segons, last season's top point scorer in the whole of top 14, has missed it, and even Karim Gazelle can't believe that. Metronomic normally. And a real collector's item there from the Stade Francais number 10. So still 7-0. Stade Francais though on the attack once more. Forward comes Chapuis. Brad Weber had to get on that quickly. Sharp there from Thomas Carroll. Thought he might be able to snipe that back onto the post side. Moses Aloemil, starting for just the 2nd time this season. Has appeared in all 8 matches so far though. Unlike his brother Paul. Forward comes Hugo Ndai, the tight head prop. Ball is available, says the referee. Here comes Perez Blanc. The hooker doesn't make much more ground. Brad Weber once again over the ball. Slow ball at the moment for Stade Francais, keeping it tight with the forwards, and Ndai goes in for another one. Abel Kufner, Marchand, and here comes Etienne looking for his first try of the season, and he's dragged into touch. Well, the defence, they just all came across, and a good follow-up to the initial tackle by Carroll by the fly half, Joe Simmons. Made sure that the Stade Francais left wing did not get off to a try-scoring start today. He hasn't scored since April.
2 mètres, hein? 2 mètres pour vous, si vous êtes relayeur. Ouais, 2 mètres. Là, c'est bon.
Perez Blanc, still an attacking situation this for Stade Francais. Big push. And a good counter push as well. That's one from the referee. Really good this from Po, but they've broken off the back now. They need to stop the secondary movement. Stade Francais a metre or so away from the line. Forward still content to take this at the moment and try and bully their way through. Much like Bayonne managed to do last weekend more than once. Out to the backs now, though. This is good. Hamdawi couldn't quite make it through the saloon doors of the Pau defence. Perez Blanc playing scrum half. They're back on the 5-metre line now. Perez Blanc, the hooker, tries to go again. No room there. Off to Hirigoyen, the open side flanker, and again good defence from Pau. They're going backwards all the time at the moment. Next drive, Chapuis. This is terrific rearguard action from Pau at the moment, and they've got the penalty. Brilliant, prolonged defence from the men in green. Well, that is how you defend. Wave after wave, support after support, no way through, and in the end, Stade Francais were being pushed backwards and backwards and backwards, and great work from Jack Maddox, the Australian fullback, who has been fantastic with carries and running meters, players beaten this season so far, and all that from fullback.
Arrêt du temps, j'ai le talonneur qui est blessé.
So Yuri Delamel, who has completed his running repairs and will come back over here for the line out.
Reprise du temps.
Second start in his 5 appearances for Yuri Duhamel. He's been successful so far with his line out throwing. And again, safely into the arms of lock forward Hugo Oradu. Pau already up to the 10-metre line, and that latest attack, much like they did against Racing, a lot of unsuccessful ventures forward that always ended in an error, a knock-on, a penalty. Stade Francais, though, turnover ball, and have got it back again. Brad Weber telling the forwards where to go, and back to Segons, who decides to go for territory down the middle. Joe Simmons. No, that's the way to do it. Get it away. Don't allow those fast line-outs to happen. And make sure that the meters that you've made upfield stay that way. Ready for the set piece, which Perez Blanc will take. Looks like he's in a hurry. Nicely done once more into the arms of Paul Gabrielac. Etienne, it's nicely done. Hamdawi comes back inside. He's got Armin outside him, who now supports in the ruck. Weber, Segons. Big hit coming on Hugo Ndai as well, and he's a big man indeed. 120 kilograms. Taken well by Carroll, who nearly overran it. Robson has changed his mind about which side he wants to go, and he was going to kick, but he decides instead to lay it off to Gurum Papidza. Simmons out to the outside centre. Emilian Gaeton, well, a stunning season a couple of seasons ago in terms of tries. This is a wonderful run by Théo Atisogbe all the way into the Stade Francais half. Robson is up with play. Little kick through the middle. That's asking an awful lot of the likes of his fly half to get hold of that, and in the end the referee's going to come back. Ryan Chapuis has been summoned to the headmaster's office.
J'ai une avancée claire de Pau. Il retient le 9 qui est premier soutien. Carton jaune.
So he's saying here that it's a tackle off the ball on Dan Robson, the Pau scrum half. Wonderful run, though, by Atisogbe, just 19 years old, full of promise in his first top 14 season. Did actually appear for them last season, but it was both times we're in the European Challenge Cup. European action not too far away from starting. So then Joe Simmons has another chance here. He's already got one conversion. Now a chance to put Pau into double figures. Not quite down the middle, but it'll do. It's 10 points to nothing to Pau. Team that have won all their 4 home games so far, moving in the right direction towards a 5th. Sebastian Picarone showing absolutely no emotion whatsoever. Off we go then after that successful kick.
Faux départ, c'est bon. Non, non. Très bien.
So then off they come again then. I think Dan Robson will take the kick this time. Down the throat of Kylan Hamdawi. Back comes the Stade Francais fullback. Weber, quick ball this time. Segons, better. Perez Blanc suddenly stands still, doesn't know what to do. Waits for some teammates. Weber looking both ways, but still not crossing the road. In the end, back to Segons, who lows high. Ahmed is after this. And it's knocked on by Maddox. Good contest in the air between Ahmed and the Australian, who's the joint top try scorer this season on 4 tries. Little unfortunate that. It was a well-contested ball. And the full-back from Australia just a little bit unlucky.
Allez, en place. Ça marche. Allez, allez-y, messieurs. Oui, allez-y.
So then a scrum. This is where Pau got it all wrong last weekend.
Flexion.
Change of personnel, though, seems to have just stiffened things up in open play. What can they do from the set piece? Strong from both sides, solid from both sides, and we're away well. Marchand. Weber. Feeds it out to Hubble Kufner.
Le ballon est loin, monsieur.
In the end, it had to be played by Baptiste Pacenti. Weber back on his feet once more. Hamdawi. Marchand. England international. He's having a good introduction here to life in France. Segons, a little quick kick. Got a nice little bounce. I think he might have wanted it to be a little bit shyer of that than the touchline with Lester Etienne. They've taken it quickly, Pau. And away it comes. That's loose in concentration. However, that's not found touch, and back comes Segons. So a little bit loose from both. Oof, that looks perilously close to being forward. Lester Etienne really conjured that out of the air brilliantly with one hand. Hamdawi. Abel Kufner again, up to the 22. Pass halfway in the first half. Pacenti. Brad Weber can see it with the forwards, and Day. Forwards pick and go, picked up by Alo Emile, the loose head prop. It's all forwards at the moment. No way through there, though. Weber back to it, and is a drop goal, is it? It is! Drop goal attempt from Joris Segons, and he's got it. Well, he missed with a set-piece penalty a few minutes ago, but Joris Segons hits a sweetly struck 3-pointer in open play, and it's 10 points to 3. Stade Francais' first points of the match gets them on the scoreboard. Well, they'll feel a bit better about that now that they haven't got a big fat 0 sat by their name.
De quoi? Voilà, le ballon est couvert, il est lié avec l'autre. Là, c'est bon, tout est bon? Non! Dites-moi. Il a les genoux au sol? Non? Pour vous. 5. Vert sur la ligne. Restez là, 8. Restez.
A little bit of instruction here from Goran Papidze to his hooker, Yuri Duhamel.
Non, stop.
The referee, though, is not happy with the space being kept between the two forwards.
Vous êtes sur la ligne.
Sets of
Vert.
forwards.
Sur la ligne. Au-delà des 15.
Straight, nicely taken by Luke Whitelock, captain of Po. And a nice little move here. Atisogbe. Oh, he's dropped it and it's come into the hands of Stefan Ahmed. The right wing being brought down by Jack Maddox. Not sure whether the advantage is still being played here for Stade Francais for that knock-on by Po. We can forgive Teo Atisogbe that. He's put a lightning start to this game. Rapid, elusive.
Terminé l'avantage.
3 minutes on the yellow card still to go.
Ça, c'est bon pour moi. Oui, oui. Non, non. C'est touche au vert, ouais.
Le relayeur en touche, il rentre avant que le lanceur est lancé.
En attaque?
Ouais, en
ok,
attaque.
je vais regarder. Très bien. Ici, monsieur. 4?
Oui, 2 mains.
Non, 5 ou 4? Qui est relayeur? Voilà, 2 mètres, merci. 2 mètres, 2 mètres. Non, je veux que vous gardiez un couloir. Je veux que vous gardiez un couloir. Deuxième fois. 4. 4.
Not doing too badly here are Stade Francais since Ryan Chapuis went off to the sin bin. Only conceded 3 points and scored 3 points themselves. Hasn't been really noticeable, they've been down to 14. Forward comes Capelli. Little ball over the top by Robson, has been taken brilliantly. And a chance here to come through for Emilian Gueto. Finally brought down on the 22 and the work picked up by the try scorer Sasha Zeger. Here comes Siegfried Visjoy, the Tongan international. Robson feeds it back out again into the path of the inside centre Decron. Robson again, little kick here by Simmons, brilliant, Maddox already through. Held up just a metre or so out. Robson has it. And it's been dropped. Well, it was a beautiful move to get them that near, and then they just lost the coordination a little bit in the last bit. Bulldozing run. And there is somebody injured, so time off. This was Maddox. Brilliantly brought down by Ahmed by the looks of it. And then just a little bit of a lack of coordination between Decron and Capelli. Stefan Ahmed went in there. Body on the line. Back for his second season, having spent a loan spell with Montabon. Back in 21-22, the season then.
C'est bon? Allez. En place, messieurs. Ici.
Ouais.
On va reculer, est-ce que... Ouais. Allez, là, je n'ai aucune idée. Allez-y, messieurs, le chrono est reparti. C'est pas moi qui gère ça.
Coming up to the half hour, this is an important scrum for both sides. It's going to be Stade Francais with the put-in, but they're on their own 5-metre line. So far the scrums have been relatively solid. Haven't had that many of them, to be quite honest with you, in the first 29 minutes.
Flexion. Lié.
Brad Weber feeds, does he? Not yet. Took too long. And it's a free kick to Pau. Yeah, said the scrum half could have put it in, but didn't. So then what's going to happen here? Are they going to take the 3, or are they going to go for it here with only 5 metres until the try line? They're going to go for it. Dan Robson, no. Picked up by De Hamel. Nice little training ground move this by Pau, but Stade Francais so far alert to the danger. Picked up by Papidza, followed by Fissihoy. Just a metre or so, 2 metres to go to the try line. By Whitelock. Ball is there. Yuri Del Hamel is just stopped, and they're over the try line. Can they get it down? Referee sees, and this time he puts his arm up, and it's a second try of the game for Pau. Michael Capelli, the second row forward, who went off for a little bit of a treatment earlier, with the try, his first ever in top 14. There it is, picked it up, pick and go. And Paul Gabriel, the second row forward for Stade Francais, could not stop him. Putting leather to grass. So the extras coming from the boot of Joe Simmons. He's been perfect so far. Should be a little chip and a dink, and is. And they are stretching away at 17 points to 3. Pau leads Stade Francais after this first ever try in top 14 for Capelli.
Non, le temps est arrêté. Ouais. Oui.
So it's the forwards that are doing the damage here. There's a problem though for Pau. This is worrying.
Peut-être qu'ils vont montrer un ralenti, c'est proche de la ligne. Voir sur le dernier ruck si tu vois quelque chose.
Looks like it's Rhys Howitt, the Australian back row forward. 6 starts this season for the 26-year-old, who's been at Pau since 2021, and
Je le vois là, on a le ralenti nous aussi. Attends.
I think they're looking to see here whether or not there's any foul play.
Précédent parce que là, hein, ou peut-être là. Non, c'est celui qui vient de prendre, c'est celui qui avait le ballon là, qui est sur ce ruck là. Je pense qu'il baisse la tête pour percuter.
Yeah,
Et je pense que
I'm not sure that there's any foul play in that, because Hewitt, he lowers his head there to try and get underneath the defender, because he's going for the try line. It's just unfortunate. But they are taking all due care, obviously. And let's hope that that is just painful and nothing else.
Là, pour moi, vous pouvez introduire. Vous pouvez, you can.
I think he's talking to Brad Webber now about the fact that he could have put that ball into the scrum when he didn't. And of course, it in the end led to the try. This is concerning, and we can only hope that this is not quite as bad as it looks, and this is an awful lot of precautions that are being taken at the moment.
Je vais regarder, pas de problème.
Applause for Rhys Hewitt from all sides of the ground. As he is taken off very carefully. Sebastian Picaron is there leading the applause from the touchline. Don't drop it, for heavens you do. So Rhys Hewitt will come off and Martin Puech will come on to replace him.
Fred, est-ce que tu peux demander un ballon, s'il te plaît?
Well, we wish him all the best. Obviously, he will be off to hospital for a check, at the very least. Let's hope that there's good news that comes out of that. Rugby is a tough game, and injuries, unfortunately, are part of it, even though you try to bring in rules and regulations that minimise it. Off we go then, and Pau have the ball once more. So then Martin Puech has come on then, 34-year-old back row forward who's started half of the games that Pau have played this season and been a sub in the rest. Coming on here, and Jack Maddox calls the mark. First one we've had in the game. So close just a minute ago was Jack Maddox to his 5th try of the season. In the end, though, they still got it. Maddox then kicks the ball away. Is he up to halfway? Not quite.
Ici.
We'll be looking forward to the arrival of Sam Whitelock, man who almost became the first man to win 3 World Cup titles for New Zealand very recently, but was his heart broken by 1 point by South Africa. Of course, Siya Kolisi was the captain of South Africa, and he will be making his debut, should be tomorrow. That's a big hit on Lester Etienne. And they're going to have to stop play here because Etienne is in a bit of trouble. Even the Pau players were concerned there for the Stade Francais left wing. That was a wild challenge on him. Yeah, as the referee says, we'll have a look at the video. Out by Marchant, long ball, high by Maddox. Now there is an emphasis on the defender to lower into the tackle, and now did he do that? Maddox here. Oof. It's clumsy at the very most generous of interpretations. So he says a high level of danger here because both players were raised. In other words, their heads, shoulders high. Looks like there is going to be a yellow card here for Jack Maddox, the fullback for Pau. That was a reckless challenge. Didn't look like he was ready to challenge at all.
Allez, on est d'accord.
So Monsieur Marbeau will come across and give the bad news.
Contact à la tête, votre plaqueur est haut, d'accord, danger élevé. Par contre, on a un crochet du rose vers l'intérieur, carton jaune.
So it's a yellow card rather than a red.
Ouais, parce que votre joueur, il arrive au sol, il fait un crochet immédiatement, il n'a pas le temps de s'adapter. Non, non, pour nous c'est clair, toute l'équipe est d'accord.
So Stade Francais have already had a man in the bin, now Pau have had one. So we won't see Jack Maddox again until the second half. And Stade Francais have been handed a very easy route. And Lester Etienne has gone off, obviously, for a head injury assessment and has been replaced by Leo Barre for at least the time that he will be assessed.
Ils sont 6, ils sont 6.
Perez Blanc, safe, sets up the maul and joins the back of it with ball in hand. Trying to rotate round to the right. Pau have been quite good at repelling these so far, these little forward forays like this so far in the half. Can they be so successful here? They've done it again, disrupted well, and Stade Francais forced to go out wide. Out by Weber. Segons, nicely done. Oh, it's just past Ahmed. It was a nice idea. If Ahmed had managed to collect that, he would have had a clear run to the corner. Segons, encouraging.
Monsieur?
Well, it was Leo Barry who's just come on, who tried the spectacular pass there behind his back. It wasn't too far away from finding the right winger. So then, not regarded as being thrown out of play deliberately, so just the line out. And into the hands of Luke Whitelock. Forward by Zeger. Who set up the aerial exit. Stays in. Ahmed collects. Leo Barre, the substitute, on for the head injury assessment being carried out on Lester Etienne. That's being played on the ground by Delamel, who apologises and probably had a deep intake of breath there, that the referee might take that further. Poto. They're going to go for the posts. Joyce Segons missed the only penalty he's had so far, but he has got a drop goal.
Merci, c'est gentil.
Few boos and whistles again going around the Stade d'Amo. It worked the first time around, he missed. Can he keep his nerve this time? Better. Oh, is it better? Yes, it is. It's gone through. So then 17 points to 6, the score now, the deficit down to 11. Joe Simmons gets us back underway. Giovanni Habel-Kufner breaks through the gain line initially. Brad Weber looking around at his fly half. Segons collects and kicks and doesn't kick it out of touch. So then Pau with a chance to run this back. Down to 14 men, don't forget. Robson. Thomas Carroll being pushed backwards. Delamel. A little offload. Robson. Simmons into Decon. The inside centre makes ground. Robson again into the tight head prod, Papidza.
Non, non.
Simmons, down the line, missed pass. This is nice. Atisogbe, he's got away again. Can he hold on to it this time? He can, and recycles. Robson. That's gone backwards. Simmons, back into Decron again. They've lost a little bit of ground, though, there. So they'll have to start a little bit again. Nice little offload by Hugo Aradou. He's a second row forward doing that. Atisogbe this time is held on to. Robson tries to find a little sniping gap through the gain line. Vissihoy will have to come in and play scrum half. Simmons feeds it off, and they're moving the ball nicely here. Our Poe, that's lovely. Even the crowd like that one. Two really great offloads. Stade Francais playing the ball off their feet. That was Marchand. Capelli, score of the second try. Poe looking for a third. Robson looks around. The forwards are available. Papidza runs into Pacenti. There's an irresistible force hitting an immovable object, if ever there was one, and neither one gave. They just hit the deck where they clashed. Robson looking for it. It's underneath Gabrielac. "30 seconds until we reach the end of the first half and the referee blows. We're going to come back.
Monsieur, j'ai ici
20 seconds to go.
Au milieu du terrain, ou alors ici les deux gratteurs qui vont au sol.
So then either offside or the two jacklers who went to deck trying to get hold of the ball. Some good moves being put together here by Poe, but at the moment Stade Francais strong in defence, albeit giving away that penalty.
Vas-y, montre-moi. Ouais. Le jeu déloyal du 2 rose.
Ah, okay, so Lucas Perez-Blanc is being investigated here for foul play. Number 2, watch out for him in pink. Okay, I didn't see anything there. Let's see, better angle. Oof. Okay, that is a better angle, isn't it? Shoulder into the head of Nathan Decron, the inside centre. Yeah, it was the angle before that's the important one. There might be mitigation here because of the tackle being performed by Baptiste Pacenti. But Monsieur Marbeau has clearly said there, shoulder or head into the shoulder.
Et circonstance atténuante, le premier plaquage, je l'amène dessus. Moi, je suis sur simple pénalité.
Ooh, he's not even going to go for a yellow card. He thinks this is going to be just a penalty.
Pardon?
Now, we can't hear the TMO, unfortunately, so that we can hear that. There's Paul Gustard talking with Karim Gazelle. Obviously, the home crowd want a yellow card at the very least. Nope, he's going to be unmoved, our referee. He's going to stick with his decision. He's just going to give the Stade Francais team a general warning. Well, I think maybe that Lucas Perez-Blanc can count himself a little bit lucky, but like you say, I think there what I said before, that the tackle by Pacenti has just moved the angle there of the player. So, I think overall, despite the booing from the home faithful, that's a sensible decision by Monsieur Marbeau. The Stade Francais are going to go for the stick, so we haven't actually reached the 40 yet. We have now, though, as the hooter goes. So this will be the last piece of play. Chance here for Joe Simmons to make it a 13-point game. And he does. Well, it's been a great reaction to the defeat against Bayonne last weekend. Tries from Zegor Capelli. Simmons has kept on kicking, and at half-time, it is Pau 20, Stade Francais 6. Let's talk to Emilien Gaëtan then. You didn't necessarily have possession, but you've had success in that first half. Yeah, we had good defence at the beginning of the game. And let's hope we do the same thing in the second half. That was brief. Serving out his yellow card. It was a very interesting first half from the youngster there. The shaggy-haired Théo Atisogbe, who was lightning quick, very elusive, exciting to watch. Just the one mistake from the 19-year-old with a little dropped ball. Second half underway. Joris Segonds gets us underway with Stade Francais trailing by 20 points to 6, 14 points behind, and that's a rather messy exit already. However, yeah, very unlike Joe Marchant to do something like that, the England international. Started all but one of his 7 matches at the Rugby World Cup, scored a couple of tries. Won't be able to play in the Six Nations, though, because he didn't come from a team that went bankrupt, unlike Henry Arundel, who came from London Irish and has joined Racing. Came up against Marchant last week. Now Marchant comes up against 2 more Englishmen in Dan Robson and Joe Simmons. It'll be Dan Robson with the ball in hand, the little scrum half there in green. No hair for him. Good feed, good scrum, good meters gained by Pau. Forward comes Michael Capelli, the scorer of the second of the 2 tries that Pau managed to score in the first half. Both came from forward moves. Pau will be very much pleased with the reaction they had after being dominated by the Bayonne pack last weekend. Kick forward by Leo Barre, who came on for the unfortunate wing Lester Etienne in the first half when he was hit hard by the tackle that put Jack Maddox in the bin.
Vous n'êtes pas à 10 mètres, le ballon sort là-bas, c'est la zone des 10.
Not 10 metres back. Penalty to Stade Francais.
L'option, je peux le dire. Attendez. Capitaine, c'est hors-jeu zone des 10. C'est soit pénalité ici, soit mêlée.
There's a choice of either the kick or the scrum. And Captain Paul Gabrielac, I think, has decided to go straight forward for a scrum. So then they take all of the guesswork out of that kick for the corner.
De quoi? Ben, il doit faire action de repli, il empêche la remise en jeu rapide.
It's a great kick by Atisogbe, but all for nothing in the end. Stade Francais with an attacking scrum here. Still down to 14 men, don't forget, for another 3 3/4 minutes. So they'll be very pleased to be keeping Pau
Flexion.
away from the other end, so they can take advantage of their superiority in numbers. Brad Webber in his first start of the season, and indeed of his Stade Francais career. It's well done by Stade Francais. There they come with their fullback, Hamdawi. Webber over in support. Segonds. Chapuis served a yellow card himself in the first half. Segonds again into Moses Alawemil. Loose head prop gets an extra metre. They're trying to jackal it. However, the referee says leave it. Stade Francais still have it. Inside the 22. Nicely done. Segonds again. Missed pass. Marchant.
Stop. Oui, oui.
We are stopping because there's another head injury to a Pau player. And a penalty to Pau.
Prise au niveau du cou, vous le tordez.
So I think he's saying it's a neck-high tackle.
Oui, c'est bon.
I understood that correctly?
Non, non, non. Là-bas, le sort, il n'y a pas de problème pour moi. Il y aura une pénalité ici, déblayage.
Okay, so it's two Pau players who hit each other.
Arrêt du temps.
Guram Papidza there, smacking his teammate.
Oui, oui, on vient de le voir sur l'écran. Les deux
Luke Whitelock by the looks of it.
Ouais.
The Pau captain and brother of Sam, who's arriving at the club after reaching the World Cup final with New Zealand, almost winning it for an unprecedented third time. He's had a long holiday and will arrive at Toulouse Airport next Tuesday before joining Pau. But we hear that he's unlikely to play next weekend. We did see Sia Khaleesi come in and then not play for a couple of weeks. Sia Khaleesi, the winning South Africa captain for the second time, likely to make his debut tomorrow night for Racing against La Rochelle. That is a nasty hit.
Ouais, mais c'est pas ça, c'est pas sur c'est pas ce dont me parle, ce dont me parle les roses, c'est pas sur celui-là.
So we want to see this too many times, to be quite honest with you.
Ok, il y a un changement. Hein. Ok, ça marche. Oui, c'est les deux verts qui se cognent.
Well, there's going to be a head injury assessment at the least. Ah, it was actually Capelli, excuse me. Well, by the looks of him, I'm not sure we'll be seeing him again. Well, they've got Guillaume Ducat and Fabrice Metz on the bench, both locked forwards. Has the change been made? Asked the referee. I must admit I haven't seen it either. So then Maddox comes back on again and Pau are back to 15 men with the arrival of their number 15. However, they've just lost the number 5. And it will be Metz who comes on to replace him. Fabrice Metz, 32-year-old lock. Couple of centimetres smaller in the line-out than his teammate he's replacing. That's Martin Pouek you were looking at there, 34-year-old back row forward. And a first test for the new man on. Delamel. Oh, hello. I guess they weren't keeping their 2 metres and the referees decided to give a free kick. Here comes Papidza. Out by Robson. Simmons thinks he can see a little gap there. Oh, he's managed to bounce that and it's a nice touch. Might have slightly overhit that though. He was hoping, I think, to get young Teo Asogbe in for the try. Papidza charging, raging bull forward. Little kick by Simmons. We've seen him do that so many times for Exeter. Just a little bit too much on it. And Atasogbe, well, he was never going to get there. Too long. Stade Francais have it. Penalty. Offside. And so what was going to be a more complicated exit is now going to be a simple one. Off the boot of last season's top point scorer, Segons. That's not the best kick. That's only just made it up to the 5-10 metre line.
Allez, ouais, pour vous, ici.
Lucas Perez Blanc with a chance to deliver once more. Again, successful, nice. Brad Webber out to Segons, he turns to kick. That's nicely done as well. Oh, it's just gone behind. That's so unfortunate on the bounce. Pau have it. Gaetan, Atasogbe, here he goes once more. And again, live wire. Brilliant stuff from Pau, Maddox out. Carroll, recycle, back into the forwards again with Guram Papidza. Crowd like this. Simmons made the right decision in the end, found Maddox, who came into the line from fullback. They're trying to counter-ruck our Stade Francais. Big hit on Sacha Segur. Pushes the blind side forward back. Robson. Simmons, quick ball. Out to the number 8, Luke Whitelock. Inside the 22. Oh, that's a good tackle. Through on Puek. Robson. Atisogbe, he goes for the little kick. That's very interesting indeed. Oh, wouldn't sit up. And in the end, Stefan Ahmed comes back to make a big tackle on Thomas Carroll. Well, he's got speed, has Atisogbe. He's also got poise with that kick, and if it was a slightly kinder bounce, well, it might have been a third try for Poe. It's a good tackle, though, by the Stade Francais right wing to make sure it wasn't. Julien Delbouy there getting a little bit of attention on his left thigh, the 24-year-old inside centre today, in his first start in a month since round 4. And he was out for the entire season with an ACL. Had a terrible time with his knees a couple of seasons ago. This was that flamboyant move, though, by Poe. Wonderful stuff that the Fijians would have been pleased with. Fijians, though, might well have finished it off at the other end. Now then, here we go again then. Time is off at the moment, 7.5 minutes into the second half. And it's a first line out for Mamadou Meite, the 21-year-old ex-France under-20 international hooker. And he's successful with his first delivery. He's come on for Lucas Perez-Blanc. Red Webber here looking to get rid of it. Look of concentration on the face of the former All Black. Finds touch just around about the 10-metre line. Or in fact, actually, the touch judge has been very unkind with that. It's only just outside the 22.
Arrête, tu le bloques, Pierre. Il sort. Il y a un changement.
Yeah, looks like he's going to succumb to his injury, Julien Delbouy. So he's already got strapping on that thigh.
Vous êtes 4 là en touche?
It's disappointing.
Changement ou pas alors?
Been out for a month.
Allez, reprise du temps.
Started all but one of his 5 appearances this season, but looks like he's going to go back onto the treatment table. In it comes then. Del Amel is still on as hooker for Poe. Forward by Metz. First piece of action since he came on to replace Capelli. Robson into the path of Decon. It's nicely done from Maddox. Atisogbe again. This time he's well wrapped up by Webber. Robson recycles though. Back it comes and another carry for Metz. Good defending so far from Stade Francais. However, Poe now flirting with the edge of the 22. Decon, Simmons. Good tackle from Hamdawi. Robson, though, has access to the ball. Forward then comes Puek. Simmons. Here they come once more. Decon tries to break through and is taken down by Giovanni Havel-Kushner. Robson links up with his English halfback again. Atisogbe, almost with half a chance of going through, was well brought down, though, by Leo Barre. Siegfried Fissihoy, the Tongan international, takes it on. Robson. And he's gone forward. And the referee blows. And Poe's excitement is diminished. However, The penalty, it looks as though it's for a tackler not rolling away after the tackle. But there's some exciting play coming in here from Pau. They're a nice side to watch. They struggled a bit last campaign, but wow, how a summer can change things around. Exciting new player at left wing has come through. Joe Simmons, who is a proven fly half, both off the tee and in open play, has transformed the way they come forward. They've led the league this season after a season where they were more interested in avoiding trouble at the other end. And Joe Simmons is going to have another chance here, after all that excitement, to extend the lead from a penalty. Well, Pau have been responsible for some of the most minutes of active play this season. They really do keep the ball alive. Once again, safe as houses. 23 points to 6. And they are continuing to add to the scoreboard and inch their way away from Stade Francais, who have not scored since the 36th minute when Segons hit his first penalty. Changes all around.
Changement, monsieur. Changement. Tu me diras qui passe capitaine.
On comes JJ van der Mescht.
7 le capitaine. Ok, on va attendre que tout le monde soit sorti.
As a second row replacement, the South African, former Sharks player. A little reminder that the European competitions are starting up soon, that will have South African teams in them again. Atisogbe with a great take there, and there's a high tackle on the teenager by Ahmed, I think, by the looks of it, who comes across and just apologises. Looks like he hurt himself in that as well, in his adductors. Well, it was an awkward bounce. They both went up for it, and when Ahmed missed it, Atisogbe, he did kind of like duck down, which is a mitigating factor there for the Stade Francais right wing. Changes in the front row. As on come two new props, Remy Seneca, number 17, at loose head, and Nicolas Carato, number 23, on the tight head side of the front row. Off go Siegfried Visserhooy and Guram Papitza for the time being. Pau trying to edge forward with the ball. Ball has got to be played. Robson aerial. Ahmed underneath it. Takes it well. And runs straight into Sacha Zeger. Hand off and manages to recycle the ball. Weber, high, bit short. Ahmed goes up for it with Atisogbe again, and it bounces out. Pau want to take it quickly. Referee says OK. Simmons looking for the... well, I think he was looking for a 50-22, but it was a bit of a shank. You don't often see that from him. It's always astonished me that he's never really been given a go in the England shirt. He's always been further down the pecking order. Always felt that he deserved his play. He was such a pivotal part of the Exeter side that reached 3 Premiership finals, won one of them, lost a couple of others. 1-2 Harlequins, which Joe Marchant was in. The other to Saracens. And they won their Premiership title in a final against Wasps, who of course no longer exist. And a lot of the Wasps team now find themselves playing in France, or have done over the last couple of seasons. There's the break there from Meite. Weber there in support, recycles again. Oh, they've given the ball away. Very well taken by Sacha Zeger. Got himself right in the middle of that pass. And now all of a sudden it's Maddox on this near side. Pau needs some support for their fullback.
Vous roulez. et vous gardez le ballon.
Yeah, you are rolling, which you're not allowed to do anymore, and holding on to the ball. Once you've been tackled, you've got to let it go, get back onto your feet, and then you can play it again. However, with two Stade Francais players there, that was never going to happen. Good break initially from Stade Francais, but then again, loose play from them. We have seen in the last couple of weeks, unlike them this season, they've been very good.
4. 9.
2 defeats this season for Stade Francais, but they have not lost back-to-back games yet.
J'ai des changements. J'ai des changements.
So then off comes Orodou. And another change in the second row with Guillaume Ducat coming on. Maite taken short. Out by Weber. Segons into Van der Mescht. Big South African is taking 3 Po players with him. That's a tackle though. Abel Kufner. That's Weber. Weber was actually part of the ruck, which is why he wasn't at the back of it. It's on his feet now. Ready to go, however. Forwards are happy to take it. Taken on by Julien Ori, the back row forward. First up since round 2 against Oyonnax. Stade Francais breezing forward, marching with the latest carry. Van der Mescht again, almost up to the 5-metre line. Weber. Chapuis. Rumbling forward. Now, can they keep hold of the ball this time? Karkava. 5-metre line. Need to keep control. Van der Mescht again. Bruising his way through the gain line. Maite. Good defence at the moment from Po. Out to Segons, they go to the back line. Marchand, lovely. Abel Kufner has popped out there inside the midfield. Marchand once more. Big men come hammering in, but they can't knock a hole through the Po defences yet. Ori. Still coming, but still on the 5-metre line. Desperate defence here from a green line, a green wall of defenders. Folding from one way to the next, but so far, no breaches. They try going back the other way. Armand. Ahmed feeds it out wide. Here's Kylan Hamdawi looking for the line. He's brought down as well. Stefan Ahmed decides not to take it. Brad Weber will have it with Ryan Chapuis outside him. It's a missed pass though. Out it goes to Kalafanua, the Tongan international, teammate of Siegfried Fischerhoy of Po. Out it goes to the far side and Abel Kufner can't take it. And again, so near, so close, and yet so far, as they found last week against Racing. Got themselves into good positions in both games, but they've yet has not managed to get over the try line. Last try that Stade Francais scored was in their first ever win in Lyon, scored by Ivaldi, and that was in the first half of that game. Po take it, and they've turned up a little 3-man maul. However, it's gone the other way, and that's loose from Po, just when they've done all the good work.
Ici, ballon gardé.
Error by Lucas Ray. The replacement.
Non, pour moi, le joueur est lié. Il est lié. Et, ben, OK. Non, bloc. Pierre. Pierre, bloc, s'il te plaît. Rose, non, stop, stop. Combien êtes-vous? 5 en touche? OK, attendez. Attendez, faites-moi un couloir. Faites-moi un couloir. Attends, Pierre, bloc encore.
Make me a corridor is what the referee is telling both sets of forwards. Mamadou Maite delivers accurately, however, not straight. Unfortunate for the 21-year-old who made his top 14 debut in that win, that first ever win down at the Gironde against Lyon. Oh, it was very exacting by the referee there. Laurent Lavitte, can't believe it. On the right-hand side, the director of rugby for Stade Francais. So then it's a scrum to Pau. And another chance goes away as Giovanni Habel-Kufner lips off.
Je reste comme depuis le début du match, un commandement long, d'accord? Épaule, très bien, et épaule, épaule. Flexion. Lié.
Lindy Decage, the 21-year-old tight head prop. In his first appearance since his pro debut back in the beginning of the month against Castres. All Stade Francais want to take it quickly. Well, they need to take it quicker than that, and in the end it will go for the set piece line out.
Ici, combien êtes-vous? Annoncez combien vous êtes. Annoncez.
Morgan Parra with more work to do. The attack and kicking coach for Stade Francais. It's they need to find a little bit of a sharper edge when coming forward. Maite this time straight, didn't look a lot different to the last one, but it's gone this time. JJ Van der Mesht again goes crashing into the gain line. Missed pass by Segons. Hamdawi takes the pass from Barre. Brad Weber has it. Segons again, trying to bring the runners into the gain line, but good tackling again from Pau. Relentless hammering here by the defence. We're an hour in, 19 minutes to go. Barre with the kick, that's too long, and Maddox given an easy mark. Well, that ball was just kicked away. Karim Gazelle.
Oui, là, il est bien. Ouais, il est parfait.
It's away by Pau again, and another dangerous situation is relieved as the Pau fans enjoy a big lead. They're 17 points in front. Over 2 converted tries in front of their visitors. And their visitors do not look like scoring yet. Maite, good again. Segons. Marchand out to Ahmed. Barre, little kick forward for Hamdawi to chase. Atisogbe though, again calm under pressure. Playing beyond his 19 years of age at the moment, without fear, as is often the case when you're so young and nothing much is expected of you, although you have to say that behind the scenes there is quite a lot expected of him. Very exciting wing indeed. Good kick away by the replacement scrum half, Thibaut Dagbo. Back comes Joris Segons. Long kick this time. Too long. Out on the full. A little apology from the Stade Francais fly half, but they've just lost their way a little bit. They were so optimistic of ending that barren in home matches against Racing last weekend, and it just didn't happen for them. Couldn't get it together. And that form has kind of carried on into this week, to be quite honest with you. Missed pass by Carroll. Out to Atisogbe again on the opposite wing. Maddox plays scrum half. Looks like he's just limping a little bit there. He has to have strapping on the left knee as the ball goes up and Barre drops it. It goes out and it will be a line out to Pau, which they don't really need to take quickly. We were looking at Brad Weber, but it was Leo Barre who'd taken command of that up and under on the catch and couldn't take it. Lucaré. Good work. The ball secured, setting up the driving maul. Not moving yet, one warning. If they get two, they'll have to play it immediately.
Jouez là! Jouez là!
Oh, loose. Simmons can't take it. In the end, he's done okay.
Plaquage!
Tackle. He's helped his team there, because that was looking a little awkward for a moment. But Po have regained control and possession. Dubanya recycles once more, feeds it into the path of Zegur, who scored the first try of the game back in the first half. Another penalty to Po. Well, he was playing the ball. I think it was 18, yes, it was Van der Mesch, but he had his knee on the ground doing it. You have to be on your feet. Sur ses appuis, as the French would say it. Literally on your haunches. In other words, only on your feet. Joe Simmons looking for the corner. Hasn't quite found it. But it will still be an attacking line out.
Combien êtes-vous? 6, 6.
Nicely done again, and they try to set up the rolling maul for a second time.
Non, c'est le vert qui va au sol.
There was a green player who went to the ground, says the referee, so there'll be no penalty. Oh, and it's knocked on. You haven't seen many of those today from Po.
Non, c'est le votre joueur qui va au sol. Non.
One interesting thing that came out of the week, actually, Samuel Azela, who scored a try in their last game, the loss against Bayonne, reported this week by L'Équipe that he's already signed to go to Stade Francais next season for 3 years. Salvador comes back on again. Zegur's coming off. The first try scorer back in the first half. Coming off 66, 67 minutes into the game for a bit of a sit down.
Sortez l'épaule, s'il vous plaît. Merci.
So then Po doing the sort of thing that Stade Francais have been doing in this game and last week by getting into an attacking position and then making a mistake. Brad Weber will want to get the ball in quicker, but he can't. However, this time it's Po that has been half penalised. It's a free kick rather than a penalty, which Segons gets rid of and hasn't put into touch. Quite sure whether he meant to or not, but in any case, they're coming forward with Maddox. Now to Carroll. Dubanya. By Carato. Po beginning to find gaps once more. Gain line, breakers coming into play. Going in off your feet. Against the attacking team. Stade Francais then want to take it quickly. Brad Weber has got it out on the full again. Well, first Segons and now Weber, both half-backs at the moment, losing their composure a little bit. Oh, Labit, Morgan Parra must wonder what's going on. So good early on, 5 wins in their opening 6 games, won all 3 of their first games to go top. They've never been out of the top 4, Stade Francais. But they're about to lose the lead in the championship to Toulon, who went ahead after their victory earlier today. Po about to get top of the league. Coming in a point behind. Simmons going high, allowing the chasing runners to go after it. Oh, Leo Barry and Hamdawi getting each other's way. And Brad Weber is being forced back by Gaëtan.
Si je me trompe, pour moi le rose il fait pas d'en avant.
So
Si tu as une autre image,
off is a knock-on adjudged to be by Poe.
on va voir.
The referee says, if I'm not mistaken, it wasn't Stade Francais that
Non,
knocked
il
it
y a pas
on.
d'en avant du rose, c'est le vert. Ok, allez. Ah ouais. Allez-y, messieurs, la marque est faite. Non, non, non.
Sors.
70 minutes gone. Poe 23. Stade Francais Paris 6. Only 10 minutes to retrieve a 17-point deficit. Brad Weber with a chance to put the ball in, and it's gone down.
Pour moi, son pied, c'est bon.
Lendl de Cage actually went to his knee, but
Merci.
the tight head prop on this near side.
En place. Oui, je vais essayer.
This is feeding into Poe's hands very nicely. If Poe can get another try, they'll have the bonus point.
Flexion. Lié.
4 points to their 22. That will take them to 26. They'll be clearly in front. If they can get to 27, it will be even better. And Poe have got the advantage here as well. Penalty. How adventurous are they going to be here? Do they want the attacking bonus point? It is a much better performance by the forwards this weekend to the one we saw for Sebastian Picarone's side last week at Bayonne. And you can see there that Picarone's is very happy. Yep, not going for the points here. They want that attacking bonus point. That's a tremendous kick. Right up to the 5-metre line. As Axel Despair comes on, the 19-year-old fly half. Comes on, though, for Carroll. So he's not going to replace Joe Simmons. Why would you? It looks like he's going to play the full 80 minutes for the 8th game in a row since he arrived from Exeter. Taken nicely. Now the rolling ball for Poe, looking for that attacking bonus point. Rumbling forward one way then the other. All 2 tries so far have come from the forwards. Can they make it a hat-trick by the pack? Rumble, rumble. So far, Stade Francais holding. But for how much longer? Are they up to the line?
Non, il n'y est pas. Sortez, non, sortez, sortez.
He needs to come out.
Non, c'est dans un deuxième temps. Non, il y aura une mêlée ici pour les Verts. Non, pas de suite.
So, not allowed the try, but it will be a scrum to Poe.
Au départ, vous n'êtes pas à la ligne, et après, vraiment, dans un deuxième temps, c'est votre soutien qui vous amène. C'est mêlée pour les Verts.
So, what he's saying here is that it's actually a Stade Francais player that has taken that ball over the line, which is why it's a scrum 5. So then, another chance. Time ticks by, 7 minutes to go. It's a top-of-the-table clash in everything, but their position's in the table because Poe started off unbelievably in 5th after Toulon's win earlier in the day. But a win today will take them top. That just shows you how close it is this season in the fight for the playoff places. There's only 5 points at the moment in the table between top of the table Toulon and 7th place to lose.
Allez, on y va.
La Rochelle are another 3 points behind them. So the two finalists from last season, both outside the top 6, but could easily be involved by the end of the weekend. La Rochelle not playing until tomorrow night against Racing. And we could see Sia Khaleesi on a French rugby pitch again after winning the world title in the Stade de France a few weeks ago. Interesting to see how he's greeted. He was booed mercilessly by the Stade Francais fans. I think they've engaged early there. Not quite sure which ones did though, but the referee has said time off. I think we're going to reset, and I wouldn't mind betting there'll be a talk for the front roads.
Les deux, venez voir. Vous gardez de l'espace, sinon j'appelle vos coéquipiers de la première mi-temps. Ça marche? En place.
That was an interesting one. He said, you two keep your distance or I'll call back on the players who were on in the first half. I like that. Got a point though. The discipline was pretty good in the first half with the scrum time.
Flexion.
Here we go again.
Lié.
So then Thibaut Dubagna gets the ball in this time. Here they come, Poe. Set it up. That's Brad Webber who's on the deck. Penalty advantage for Poe. The Kiwi scrum half there not being able to help himself but playing the ball on the ground. Forwards charge. However, it's JJ van der Mesht who's in front of them, who's effectively two forwards on his own.
Deuxième avantage, plaqueur numéro 6.
Yep, the tackler not rolling away. Ryan Chapuis over, try, bonus point. And the forwards do it again. Marvellous work. Luke Whitelock, ahead of the arrival of his brother on Tuesday to join the Poe ranks, the two-time World Cup champion. And his little brother here has made the victory safe, and the bonus point too. Poe are heading for the top of the table. Well, after the humiliation against Bayonne, what better way to react than 3 tries, all scored by forwards. And for Stade Francais, it's another terrible away day. They're heading for back-to-back defeats for the first time this season, and they will be toppled back off the top of the table. Joe Simmons then for the extras. Should be relatively straightforward, this. And they're up to 30 points. Exactly 100 points now in French rugby for Joe Simmons in his first 8 games. Could be a big season for him. Could be a big season for Poe. 60 years since they last won the Brennus. Could they possibly dream of it? Hasn't looked that likely in recent years. There's a bit of excitement, though, building at the Stade de Hameau in the current campaign. You can hear it. Meite nicely into the arms of Mathieu Hiroya. Van der Mesht brought down by Remy Seneca. So, Stade Francais here, all they can really do, score a try and take the attacking bonus point away from Pau. Carcavin. Back the other way by Zabalza, who's just come on at scrum half for Brad Weber. Not been a first start for Stade Francais, but he'll want to remember for very long. Carcavin again, the Georgian international, pushes forward. Segons. No way through there for Halafanua. Back the other way. Pau had stepped up there and it actually presented a little avenue for the Stade Francais man to go through. A little gap in the line. Meite recycles after the run. Back on his feet is the scrum half. Barret. Back to the captain, Gabriel Ahmed. He's had a nice little battle all through this game with the left wing, Teo Atesogbe. Segons, Marchant. Is there a little bit of magic from the England man? Ori. Ori is brought down though by Decamp. Segons once more, Van der Mesch, they can't make any headway at the moment, still short of the 10-metre line. Meite. Little dink ball out, Ahmed, this is better. All or nothing now. Segons, Hooter goes. Carcavin can't get through. Segons once more. Missed pass by Barret. Ori. Julien Ori through one. Jaw-dropping channel. Van der Mesch knocked on. Stade Francais still have it though. Vasily Carcavin well held on to. Segons once more. Chapuis. Ahmed. Relentless piece of action this. This is all one phase. Finally, Pau get them to ground. Segons. Van der Mesch. Almost through. Brilliantly brought down by the inside centre, Decamp. Segons again, outside. Ori once more. Again, thumping through the gain line. Up to the 5-metre line. Durbagna feeds it into Halafanua. Gabriel being hung onto by Hugo Zabalza. That's an unfair challenge. Big forward against the scrum half. Pau hanging on. Their defence has been nothing short of awesome through the game. Can they keep it going here? Or can Stade Francais at least deny them the attacking bonus point?
No, no.
They take a bit of a break. JJ Van der Mesch again. A bit of a counter ruck. Forces a couple of Stade Francais forwards into action once more. Meite brought down by Metz. Out they go again, Marchant. They've been pushed backwards again. Back to the 5-metre line. Durbagna. Halafanua. Again, charging forward action. Nicola Carato with the tackle. They're gradually coming forward here though, almost setting up a maul. Pau come in again, referee blows. Gives the decision to Pau, and it's victory for Pau. Top of the table, above Stade Francais. The bonus point to, dare I say it, Christmas comes early for Pau as it finishes. Pau 30, Stade Francais 6. What a